show is not suitable for children, sensitive men, or insecure women. Can you trust somebody that doesn't take care of their kids?
I don't trust no man on earth that does not take care of their children.
What's the biggest red flag in a relationship?
Low effort and not being honest.
Most of the time you would think that a bad financial mistake would be spending money on clothes or vacation or like spending money on women. My worst financial mistake was buying a home.
Game time. Game time. Appreciate y'all.
Yo.
We back.
Yes, sir. Blackout.
We gonna get in trouble this week or no?
Nah, hopefully not, man. Thanksgiving. First and foremost, shout out to everybody out there. You know, it's Thanksgiving Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving in advance.
Yes.
If you're watching this on Thursday on the replay, happy Thanksgiving Day.
Happy Thanksgiving, yes.
And if you're watching this on Friday, happy Black Friday. We'll talk about that later on.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that you'd like to say as far as Thanksgiving tidings before we start?
Happy Thanksgiving and have a good time. Love y'all. Oh, and if you text me on Thanksgiving, if I don't reply back, it's nothing personal. I'm trying to be present and in the moment. Thank you.
You don't respond?
Immediate friends, immediate family, but once I get down the chain of like the 4 p.m. text, it's kind of tough.
I saw Styles P had commented on that where he was like, yo, you can't even enjoy your day anymore because you got to respond. Like, it's so many texts, then you got to respond. And then if you respond, then somebody else responds back. And then It's like, yo, I can't even just have a normal day
with the family.
So you're not a Thanksgiving texter?
Early on, the immediate friends, immediate family. I'm going to send my 1-2 in Telegram for Stock Club. And after that, cool. But then I get put into the group chat. Yo, my brother, I'm so thankful for you because of the money I made, even though I won't send you any quick question for you. Nope.
All right, man,
what about you? You text all day?
Nah.
Yeah.
I respond if somebody texts me, but I ain't going to go out my way to text.
Or I may double back like late night, like 11. I appreciate you. Hope you had a good day. How was your Thanksgiving? But in the moment, no. When I'm with the fam.
All right, we're gonna get into it, man. And shout out to my brother Stick Watts, Black Sam. They just did they Thanksgiving giveaway. Crenshaw and Slauson.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yesterday. So that was dope. I watched the videos online. A lot of people came out. The whole All Money In. A lot of the All Money In was there. Shout out to Kabi. Saw him. They had Lauren London was there.
Okay.
So India Love.
Okay.
A lot of people came out to show support. So shout out to the whole LA, man. You know, LA is like a second home for us. We always got a lot of love in LA. So
yeah.
Salute to LA, man, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, no Earn Your Leisure this week. Blackout and Market Mondays. Double down. This is gonna be a lot. This episode is gonna be a lot of information.
For sure.
So it's a lot to talk about. Do you want to start with the Thanksgiving etiquette conversation or save that for a little later on?
Let's do a little later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's start out the gate with some financial topic that's a little interesting / conspiracy theory / slightly disturbing. Let's play this clip about potential bail-in of the American banking system if banks crash. Let's play this clip.
This is what's going to happen in the next crash. It's going to happen pretty soon. Obama signed something, thanks Obama, to where he made you an unsecured creditor. And what this means is the next crash, not going to be a bail out, it's going to be a bail in. This is called the Frank-Dodd Act.
Explain it. Bail in, what do you mean by that?
So Obama signed the Dodd-Frank Act in which he saw the '08 crash, right? Never can happen again. So to withstand that, sustain that for the next crash, bail-in is going to happen. So when the banks got bailed out last time, right? The bail-in is where he makes everybody who has a bank account become an unsecured creditor. So when you deposit your money, Guess what happens when there's a crash? Take it out. That's what the Dodd-Frank Act is. That's what he signed. To where, the banks don't have to get bailed out and scramble. No, we just have we have the money in the accounts already. This already happened.
So they're going to take everybody's money.
Yeah. When a crash happens and it's catastrophic and they can't print their way out of it anymore, what do you think they're going to take next?
That will cause a revolution.
Or a complete dystopian future to where we don't own anything.
Is that in the works?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think they're going to be able to pull it off?
This already happened in Greece as well. Like, there's historical data that shows there's been bail-ins across the world. There's people throwing their money in the street because it's not worth anything. Like, we're $35 trillion in debt. Do you think we're going to get out of that debt?
I don't even know how all that works. Like, how
are we in debt to who? China? Who are we in debt to?
Well,
or to England? What's going on?
We kicked the can down the road for so long, and it's at a breaking point right now. We had a lot of greedy politicians and presidents and all these people in government who just pretty much sold us out. Why do you think we're selling so much shit? We really don't produce anything anymore. We're always selling shit in America.
We so don't.
With this act in place, with the national debt, which is, you can't recover it from that, what do you think is going to happen? It is now, right now, cheaper to rent than own a home right now. How do you get ahead? Where's the American dream at that point? We're priced out. The middle class is done for. We're going to get crushed by AI, the national debt. There's too much on top.
I don't know if there's a way back. How can you tell somebody who paid $700,000 for a house to sell it cheaper than that, even though the house might not be even worth that?
Right.
Unless there's like a complete collapse.
I believe this is why Trump is really trying to set up America to be the crypto capital of the world. Not only to, push forward innovation, he's trying to get out of that debt. That's what he's doing. He's going to use crypto to try to get out of that debt.
Okay. So first and foremost, shout out to these brothers, man. They have been going viral. This
For
podcast.
Sure. Yep.
Like, I started following them a few weeks ago. The podcast goes viral
a lot. Good topics too.
Yeah. So shout out to the brothers. I want to make sure that I'm actually have the correct name of the pod. I think Tough Podcast.
Yep.
TFU Tough Podcast. Shout out to them. Salute. Interesting. Somebody sent this to me and was like, "Yo, can you explain this to me? Is this true?" Da da da. Okay. This actually led me down some level of research rabbit hole that I already kind of knew some stuff about, but I had to brush off my memory about this whole Greece Cyprus bank collapse situation that happened in like 2012.
Which does not get talked about enough.
100%, because the thing about it is that it's not one of these quote unquote third world countries.
Yes.
This was part of the EU.
Yep.
This is supposed to be an established, and this was, especially Cyprus. Cyprus was a banking hub for Russian billionaires. It became like a Switzerland of sorts on the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And they just act like that never happened. In modern history, we saw a quote unquote, established country bank system collapse where people were not actually able to get their money. But the bail-in aspect of it is interesting. So first and foremost, I will say this. Salute to the brother. He's not 100% accurate in what he's saying. But he's not 100% wrong in what he's saying either. So just for clarity, a bail-in, yes, technically in America, bail-ins are yes, that is actually
a possibility.
Law of a bail-in. In 2008, global banking rules like Dodd-Frank and FDIC Orderly Liquidation Authority created a structure where shareholders and certain bondholders of failing banks can be forced to take losses to stabilize the institution. That's called the bail-in. But America has something that a lot of countries don't have, which they have the FDIC, and up to $250,000 in any one bank account per depositor is guaranteed. That's insured by the FDIC. Now it does get a little tricky after $250,000.
Yes.
So after,
it's not your money.
After $250,000, technically technically that is no longer insured by FDIC, and technically, it's a gray area. Now, there's no precedent for that. And even when banks have collapsed, like Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, First Republic Bank, because in 2023, there was a bunch of banks that actually did fall.
And there's still banks that are sitting on billions of losses right now.
100%. But all of those, there has not been a situation in American history as of today where somebody put money into a bank and their money was taken. Now,
1929 and 1933.
Modern history. Let's say that. You're right. Correct.
Yeah.
And that's why they the Jekyll Island and JP Morgan and all that, and that's why they created the FDIC. That's why they created the SEC. All of these things were created because of what happened in the Great Depression, where that definitely did take place. But in modern,
and Guggenheim accidentally ended up on a Titanic that got blew up. Just so happened he landed on the wrong. Hey, sir, come here. See, then he ended up on the wrong boat, and the boat go under. Gotcha. Go ahead.
100%. But in modern history, since the Great Depression, that has not happened. But this is the interesting thing, is that it has happened in modern history when we talk about Cyprus, right? So when we talk about this Greece, Cyprus situation, that actually happened. And what happened in Cyprus was that anybody with over 100,000 euros in a bank, 37% of that was turned into bank share equity. Pretty much. Okay, here's the analogy.
Means capital stolen.
You have $200,000 in a Chase bank account, right? Let's say, just for hypothetical sake, Chase falls apart, Chase goes under. So now they're saying, okay, we only going to get the first 100,000 you good, but the next 100,000, 37% of that, so 37,000 will be taken out from your bank account and turned into,
and we're going to convert it
to shares of Chase. Pretty much you're giving Chase a loan. Now the thing about it is that A, I didn't want to do that, right? And B, that if the bank collapsed, those shares are worth nothing.
And you already been leveraging my money to make money anyway with fractional reserve lending anyway from the beginning.
So 100%. So this is the crazy thing about it, where it's a bail in, not a bail out. A bail out comes from a government. A bail in comes from money that's already inside of the institution. You know what the interesting thing about this?
What's that?
When this Cyprus situation happened in 2013, people were very spooked about the idea of centralized banking institution.
Oh, for sure.
You know what happened? Bitcoin went from $2 to $100 because people were so afraid, looking for other alternatives. It's still relatively new instrument called Bitcoin went from $2 to $100 during that time. Pulled back after that, but that lets you know back then. And they would, so it's crazy because it's like watching videos. I'm watching videos about this Cyprus. I'm watching videos for 2013 and like, Bitcoin went from $2 to $100. And I'm like, damn. Says a lot about the times that we were in, but it also says a lot about the times that we're in
right now. Yep. Because now if it's in the hundreds of thousands, it shows you how much more risk is on the table than back then. And that Greece situation should have collapsed the entire market. They just swept it under like it was nothing. So,
and it also speaks to the level of, white supremacy comes in many different formats. Because imagine if that was Ghana.
Oh my God, you would never hear the end of it. If Mansa Musa did this, oh my God, it'd be every Trump rally you would hear about this.
Imagine if, imagine if this was, Nigeria, Ghana, one of these countries where millions of dollars were just taken overnight and they said, okay, don't worry about it. They would be like, yo, these people, they need to have this recolonization. IMF got to take over your banking system. This is
Absolutely.
a travesty. This is the worst thing in human civilization. This is why you can't have anything, because you don't know how to manage your books. You can't balance your books correctly. These people blow the whole thing up and just say, all right, well, come back next year. And it keeps happening. It happened in America with the banking crash. Like, you have three of the biggest banks in America absolutely collapse, go out of business. Lehman Brothers,
Bear Stearns,
all of these different things. And it's like
Countrywide on the mortgage side, when that's mass corruption.
And it's one of these things that, oh yeah, no problem. If that was a country in Africa, IMF would have the rights to their minimal resources for 300 years. To hedge the risk. That's the only way you're gonna get out of this. We need
with Silicon Valley Bank. They swept that under the rug.
We need the oil rights for 300 years. In America, they just say, okay, don't worry about it. We'll just give you more money. We'll just print more money and just give it to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You made a mistake. You ruined the whole world's economy. Things happen.
And just because it has not happened yet does not mean that it cannot happen. I'll tell everyone all the time, check your accounts every day. Just in having the money in the account, they may loan too much out and your balances may be off. Check every day. Because if you don't, if you end up missing 20 or 30,000 and you catch it 3 months later, you won't have a case. Too late. And Chase will turn around and say, man, take your money and go elsewhere. They're notorious for that. They did it with Kanye, but they've been doing it way before then. So be mindful of the banking games that are played. Shout out to everybody I know, JP Morgan, Chase. But it's interesting how Guggenheim ended up on that boat.
On the Titanic?
And turned it turned a massacre into a love story. Interesting. Talk about IP rights.
Interesting times that we in. All right. So the last thing, from a financial standpoint, what should people do as far as protection, or should they do anything, or should they be aware? It's like, what from now that they know this level of information, and that's why Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin Maxi's whole theory.
For sure,
is decentralization. We want to avoid this. We want to control. We don't want anybody to have any level of control over our money. That's the whole Bitcoin Maxi theory.
But it changed the last few years. Now it's only about price return, and the banks have taken advantage of that. I know some Bitcoin Maxis hate when I say that, but their involvement in it has influenced Bitcoin and what's happening there.
And I think you got to look at it from a standpoint of America has how much America has 300,000 Bitcoins at this point in time, like American government. They've never purchased one Bitcoin.
Nope.
So how do they get 300,000 Bitcoins if they've never purchased a Bitcoin? They've confiscated. Those are all confiscated
coins. Yep.
So bail in. Bail in can happen that way too.
Sure.
You did something? Okay, don't worry. This is how we're going to get it back. We're going to take your Bitcoin. I thought it was in a ledger somewhere. Don't worry about that. Because how are they getting 300,000 Bitcoins?
From criminals. But when old boy was using that for that criminal network in the water,
and then the word criminal becomes
weaponized.
Let's just say that.
Easy way, confiscate the coins.
The confiscation play. That's a bail-in if you really think about it.
Absolutely. So, but how to protect yourself? Ultimately, you can't. If they want the money, they can take it.
Nothing you can do. Bars of gold, crypto. There's no
even
way.
That, then the neighborhood boy is gonna come get you. Booyah heavy, yo. So you can spread it across multiple accounts, but everyone isn't proficiently putting 250,000 in per account, and even you got to check certain brokerages, and you have to make sure that the banks that you're with are well capitalized. Like, I don't know what agreement that James Pierpont came up with the United States government, but Chase is safe no matter what happens, I guess, for the next 100 years. Other banks, not so much. I would stay away from Wells Fargo. I would stay away from Bank of America. So be careful. Be careful.
Be careful.
Anytime the scams get too prevalent and then they're letting the credit card and the debit card hacking happen, you got to wonder why. You got to wonder why. So.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do remember, Black Friday bundle is upon us. We announced this on Monday. 50 spots only. As of right now, this moment, there's 21 spots left. 21 spots left. Once this sells out, it's over. This is something that we've never done before in history. Mm-hmm. So we are combining multiple things in one. Lifetime access to Red Panda Stock Club. That's the prices. That's the calls. That's the community where you actually know when to load the boat. Makes a tremendous difference, especially if you're playing with larger sums of money.
Absolutely.
Where you get in
is everything.
Is just as important as what you're actually purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you get in is just as important as the stock that you're actually buying.
Maybe more important.
You could buy a good stock and buy it at the wrong time and wait 5 years to be made whole.
Mm-hmm. Or you can invest and be in a program and never have to guess about where to get into the market ever again.
That's a fact. Lifetime access to Stock Club. Lifetime access to EYL University Choice Options class. That's been going crazy. Man, so many people made so much money. The community inside there, the app, financial planning calls with myself once a month. We got the Home Buyers Blueprint, Volume 1, Volume 2. We got the regional groups. EYL University has been going crazy. The ramp up has been tremendous. Lifetime access to EYL University. Legendary Invest Fest. We reloaded 2026.
Mm-hmm.
VIP access, VIP ticket to Invest Fest 2026, and the VIP experience will be different this year. Let's just say that. We're adding some things. We're changing some things. In-person mastermind. We don't do Market Mondays events anymore. We only do one in-person mastermind a year. In-person mastermind. Ian, Troy, I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
We will have the queen of AI, Alicia Little. So she's going to be going over all the AI prompts, all the AI instruction, breaking it down, very intimate. You can ask questions type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be in the nation's capital on Capitol Hill. We're doing it inside of Capitol Hill.
That's incredible.
And we will have exclusive tour of Capitol Hill. And we'll be talking to some of the most important politicians in the United States of America. Look, Margie Taylor Greene, we're going to talk about that. $25 million in 4 years. You think these people in Congress don't know about what investments going on? Nancy Pelosi, 750,000% rate of return since she came into office, leaving damn near a billionaire. Look, these are the real market makers, if you really want to be honest.
Absolutely.
Exclusive access. And then the cherry on top, we have been granted exclusive access to NVIDIA campus tour. We are going to NVIDIA, the largest company in the history of humanity.
Yep.
Taking a group of people to NVIDIA, walking the campus, looking at the new technology, sit down conversations with high-level executives at NVIDIA.
You can't buy that access.
Can't. It's only 11 slots left for that. There's 21 slots total for the package. There's 11 slots still open for the NVIDIA. If you can't make the NVIDIA tour or the in-person tour, video recordings will be provided. Go to Market Mondays with an S, marketmondaysdeal.com. Get it now. First come, first serve. We got 21 left. And
we'll see you guys there.
This is something that can't be duplicated. It really can't.
And I'm gonna say it, price too low too. Y'all getting away with one this year. You got away with one. Bail in. This our bail in. Stock Club on his own 10 grand. What? But making offers so irresistible, people can't turn it down.
Market Mondays with an S, marketmondaysdeal.com. First come, first serve, 21 left, 11 left for the NVIDIA. Yeah. How do you know the last thing I'll say, how do you know NVIDIA is still available? As long as it's on the website. If you see it on the website, that means that the NVIDIA portion is still available. If you no longer see it on the website, that means the NVIDIA thing is sold out.
Yeah.
All right.
Lifetime access for both, though. That
Crazy.
alone is a hell of a deal.
Crazy.
But speaking of talking to amazing executives, can we play this clip of the Campbell's executive revealing the truth about what's in their food products?
Sure. Let's do it.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's so healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it and look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
Okay.
We've been telling you all year, most food companies are not giving you real food and giving you cancer.
Not totally. I mean, not surprising, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do we really expect at this point in time? It's just so it's really sad if you think about it, because it's like, you know, you're playing with people's health. You're giving them genetically modified fake food, and this isn't the first time this has happened. I think this has happened last year with
it's happening every year, and a lot of executives are fed up, to be honest. I hate that he got caught on a hot mic, but there are a bunch of companies that are 3D printing and bioengineering food. Like we talked about it, what was it, last week or the week before last? On something you had. If you look at the back of the labels, they'll tell you the cancer and reproductive risk for eating the food.
You know, it's one of these things of, and this is the perfect time to have the conversation because it's right around the holiday season. You eat what you can. I think Nas has said that before, right? He said, "You eat what you can. You prate over all the food, but first you wash your hands." Like you eat what you can eat, and sometimes the only things that's available to you is actual poison. So you're literally eating poison, and then we wonder why Black people have a lower life expectancy rate. We wonder why diabetes is so rampant in our community. We wonder why cholesterol. It's not a conspiracy. I know you guys come on and they were like, "Oh, you know, y'all talking about we can't use microwaves and we can't drink bottled water.
Shouldn't use it.
And we can't, you know, have fast food. We can't drink McDonald's now. We can't have soda now. We can't have canned soup." And look, guys, it's up to you, but it's not a conspiracy
at all. And you know it's not a conspiracy because they put his ass on leave. If it was just a hot take that didn't matter, he wouldn't be sitting at home early for Thanksgiving. And they're not the only one. Like, for the amount of consumption that we have in the United States of America, I don't know if you can even manufacture that many animals to have that much feast available for everyone. It's insane. It's happened at your fast food companies. And if you ever opened up Campbell Soup in the last 5 years and you look at the chicken, it don't look like chicken. Or if you go to a fast food place and the chicken is cocaine white when you cut into it, test tube chicken.
Test tube chicken.
You gotta be careful, yo.
That's why I stopped eating chicken because it just wasn't sitting right with my spirit. That was over 5 years ago. I stopped eating chicken. I stopped eating a lot of stuff because I'm just like, I don't really know where it's coming from. It's just like too much hormones, chemicals is getting put inside of this thing. Like, man, it's make me want to just go to Ghana and just live off the land.
Man, you gotta be careful. But also the labeling, if you buy it and look on the back of the label, even in like Aldi's, majority of the food in Aldi's and certain grocery stores is on the labeling that it's bioengineered. If it's bioengineered, it's not organic.
None of this shit is organic. It's all frozen. It's all processed food products, not food. It's food products. All this frozen food, all this shit, man. That's why I be like, even now, if I go eat something, I go to like Freshie, I'll get a salad. I'll try to just eat as healthy as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Given the environment that we're in, but I'm going away from everything. I don't even want, even if fish, like you got to make sure the fish is actually like, you know what I'm saying, done the right way.
Farm raised and not,
They said the farm raised, that shit is like the pig of the sea. Tilapia, farm raised tilapia. Now there is tilapia that's actually not farm raised. like when you go to Africa. But
Okay.
American tilapia,
Yeah,
all of this
it's a Nevada poison.
farm raised salmon, it's
Mhm.
worse than eating pork. Like,
Yeah, and the parasites in it too. It's disgusting. Meanwhile, they're trying to pass an initiative to have forever chemicals and pesticides. Like that's the other thing. Even if you are eating healthy, the pesticide exposure is absolutely insane.
Unbelievable.
They're poisoning you at every. This is not a. There are almost no conspiracies to cover, but the firmament. Everything else has been proven.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about let's get to the nonsense, man. Let's talk about this Thanksgiving. Let's talk about this Thanksgiving situation.
They say you're a hard driver, yo.
Let's talk about it, man. Let's get to the messy part. I know that's what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a lot to break down here. Who gets invited to Thanksgiving dinner?
Those that you love.
Not necessarily. All right, let's go through every situation here.
Okay, let's walk through.
Let's go through a situation of you have your ex, the mother of your child, because you have a child.
Yeah.
And she's coming to the Thanksgiving dinner. That's awkward to invite somebody that you're with, especially if you're not on good grounds. That's awkward.
Like she coming to get a plate, or she coming to sit at the table?
She's coming to sit at the table.
Oh, okay.
So if the mother of your child is coming to sit at the table, or vice versa, but let's just say the mother of your child is coming to sit at the table, because let's say she has a good relationship with your family. Now, your person that you're dating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awkward. That's
awkward.
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's a legitimate
no-go.
That's a legitimate reason not to invite the person that you're dating. It's a legitimate reason.
So you picking the baby mother over the person that you're dating?
It's not necessarily that you're picking. Sometimes it's inevitable. You don't have it's not your decision to make.
At your house?
No, not at your.
Look, oh, okay. The location matters too.
Let's say it's at your mom's house.
Oh,
they have a relationship already. They have their own relationship. She's invited.
Got you.
And it's like your son is there, your daughter is there. Mm-hmm. What are you going to have your daughter there and say that your mom can't come?
Yeah, that's because that looks away too.
Exactly. It's a lose-lose situation. But it's a legitimate reason. Let's go through this. Let's go through legitimate reasons why because sometimes people think if they don't get invited to Thanksgiving, it's a problem. Let's go through some legitimate reasons why you cannot get invited and it's not a problem. To me, that's one legitimate reason.
Yeah.
Another legitimate reason is that you have a wild card in your family that you
straight psycho. That you don't even want to expose to, yes.
Because it could
Baby,
go
I'm trying to protect you.
It could go left.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, yo, you're going to say
Uncle Ray a loose cannon.
That's another legitimate reason, I think, right?
Yeah.
Another legitimate reason is that you have like racist parents. That could be a situation too. Right? Like let's say
it happens a lot and it doesn't get talked about.
100%. 100%. Let's say that you are a white girl and you're dating a black man.
Or you're a black man dating a Dominican.
Yeah, that's better for Dr. Umar. Let's say that happens, right? But let's say your family, or let's say you're not racist at all. You're a good person, but your family is on bullshit. You don't want to expose the person that you're with to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you know what? Don't even come, because I already know there's going to be some dumb shit that they're going to say. You know what I'm saying?
But did they get invited after and just not for the dinner? Or it's like no hanging out on Thanksgiving at all?
You might not want to bring them around I think like, if I was in that situation, which I'm not, but I'm just saying if I was in that situation, I would not want to bring somebody around
into the BS.
My family, if my family was racist.
Yeah.
But you got to go because it's still your family.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of shit that you got to put up with your family. Like you might not, you don't agree with that, but you still got to go because it's your family. Right? That's a legitimate reason not to invite somebody.
Yeah. And for those of you who live poly, if the other one's been acting better, that's a good reason not to invite the other one too.
It's a
hierarchy of needs.
They say I always try to throw that one in there, so I was going to sit that one out.
Hypothetically, performance-based metrics, right? Things have been that good. But they say you was tough. Like if you don't bring a freshly baked pie.
Well,
I'm not mad at it though, because effort counts.
But yeah, for sure. Even my mom had chimed in on this. I think she actually agreed with me. What I'm saying is this. All right, so now we went over the why it's accepted. So if you don't get invited to Thanksgiving, ladies, don't take it personal. It could be a good reason why. Don't assume the worst. Don't assume the worst.
Fellas, don't weaponize our list either and go clip it up and send it to your bae because you're on bullshit.
Don't assume the worst. It could actually be a legitimate reason why you didn't get invited. Okay.
Ladies, what matters more, the dinner or the hangout after? Because you could have the main there at dinner and have her skedaddle in the end.
To invite somebody to the let out and not the dinner is crazy. To invite to purpose. If I'm gonna invite you, I'm gonna say, we're gonna have dinner at 5 o'clock. Come to the crib. Now you might just be running around, and then you get there at 9:30, and then by that time we just playing, cards and we just chilling. But for me to only invite you to the 9:30 part, knowing that dinner was over 3 hours ago, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Put the little plate to the side. Get your little macaroni and go ahead and play some.
The dry You might as well just drop a plate off.
For sure.
I'm gonna come by later. I'm gonna put some, got some macaroni, Friendsgiving.
And then who gets seated where?
Okay.
Like if your baby mama is there, right? And your girl isn't, your baby mama can be seated to the right hand of you, like you at the feeding of the 5,000.
I don't think it's a good idea to commingle baby moms and girlfriends. I don't think that's a good idea. Ever. Unless some people was able to do it. I saw one dude that actually lived with, we should play that clip sometime. He lives with his baby mom and his wife, and they all live in one house.
The older gentleman, Michael Beach.
Yeah, it was on Instagram.
Shout out to Michael, yo. Michael, grade A. So, quiet sniper that y'all don't. Hey.
But for me personally, I don't think it's a good idea to commingle those two. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea.
Somebody gonna get upset
because the girlfriend always looks better than the baby mom, and then that's going to cause problems because now you hating. Now you know what I'm saying. Very rarely does the girlfriend look worse than the baby mom. If you really think about it.
Social media team, when y'all clip it up, clip me out. My shit been peaceful. I'm trying to stay peaceful, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Jokes. These are just jokes written by 85.
That's a carried at one. Okay.
Carry the one. This is inspired by ODB, man. Where's ODB when you need him?
For real. Shout out to ODB Jr.
He took over.
Oh my God.
All right. Retract. Let me retract.
Touche. Don't retract. It's all right. If you're fortunate.
You're fortunate.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate. But yeah, I think it's best to just separate those two.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's better that way.
Okay, now this thing about bringing food, because there's actually a thought process into this. If you invite somebody to Thanksgiving dinner, that's a big thing. You're not just meeting one member of your family. You're essentially meeting the whole
inner circle. Yeah,
the whole entire family, right? So, how I look at it is that if I'm inviting you somewhere, it's common courtesy since the history of time to bear gifts upon arrival.
Don't show up empty-handed.
Bear gifts and good tidings. So you know that if you come to Thanksgiving, it's tradition that you bring something.
Mm-hmm.
What you bring will determine your level of effort, and your level of effort will determine how much you value this
the
family.
relationship. Yep.
This family. Now, if you bring some smoked duck with the drizzle on it, and it for Philippe Chow's thing, that means that you really want to be part of this family because you put a lot of thought, energy, time into this whole situation.
Yeah.
If you bring an apple pie from Kmart or Walmart,
So Kmart is funny.
you bring an apple pie from Walmart, to me, that means that you put very little energy, thought into this. It was a last minute. I just need to grab something
Real quick.
And that says a lot about how much you value me, because you didn't even give a fuck about trying to impress my family.
This like anybody you invite or a significant other?
You only gonna invite a significant other.
Gotcha.
Right?
Well, you may invite friends, you know. But even that, I'm a hey.
A friend, a female friend, or a friend, a same, like, okay, if you invite a friend that, if I'm inviting my friend,
yeah,
you, right? If I'm like, yo, Ian, you in New York, let's say hypothetically you was in New York, and I'm like, yo, we having Thanksgiving, come through, pop out. I'm not expecting you to make ribeye steak, right? Like,
but I'm at least have somebody make it, and
you can come with you know, you can come with an apple pie. That's no, I'm gonna come bearing gifts. The expectation is that's not the same.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a relationship.
Oh, violation, foul on the play, and you may get sent to waivers.
100%.
You may get sent to waivers day after,
or at least you're on high alert.
You're gonna feel like Katie felt at the end of that Sun season last year.
High alert.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, if the effort was made and the dinner, let's say you have a dinner even before Thanksgiving dinner, because let's say you're both going to your respective families' homes, and you have your own Thanksgiving, you move up at least 37 points on the leaderboard of as far as like what you've been able to curate, because that says a lot about acts of service.
For sure. Are important.
100%.
Especially if you whip up some fire. Oh my Lord. Thank you.
And the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
That's cap. Well,
you don't think so?
That may be the way to our heart, but I'm good, boy. Doesn't matter, yes. But nobody ever stayed faithful solely because the lasagna that my baby
no, but
the rigatoni was so faithful that when I went to Starlet's, I didn't do anything. No, it's a lie.
No,
it's
but it goes a long way. It goes a long way. It goes a long way in keeping a man.
Sure.
It goes a long way.
Maybe for a certain type of man. But once you get to that other tier, like elite,
but you don't value it. Somebody is really.
No, I appreciate it, but we're not gonna lie today. The sole way to keep a man's heart is not through the bolognese.
It's one of the ways.
It's one of. It's not the soul. So they said the way. It should have been one of the.
What's the way to a man's heart?
I don't know. I don't know. So just one of. There's 5 love languages, right? Yeah. So it's one of. But these are just jokes written by 85 South. Shout to Chad and Ryan and DC. Chico Bean, Carlos. So. Because normally when they get to go cheating, the other side girl can't cook no way.
What if the side cooks better than the main?
That's tough. Then you got to battle.
That's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah.
If you could cook, you're gonna always. I don't know, man. I gotta disagree with you respectfully on that. I think if you can really cook, you could have the worst argument fight in the world. If you with somebody and they really throw down and they put that plate in front of you, that's gonna make things better. That's gonna make things better. You're gonna forget about a lot of. You could forget about a lot of stuff if you being fed That's
properly.
What was that thing? It was one of these like ancient Greece things where they just kept feeding the guy, and then like before you know it, was like 100. He fell asleep for like 100 years because it was just like crazy. Food is like almost a drug, like
a sedative.
It's a sedative, 100%.
Especially with this bioengineered food. That's like shit they making now for sure.
It's a sedative, man. If you could properly feed somebody, that's a skill set that's going to go a long way in life.
Yeah, I agree. I just one of, not the. One of
Bodega Baddie
for sure. Oh my god.
All right. Okay. I think we got the Thanksgiving thing out of the system. Anything else we need to talk about with Thanksgiving?
So if your girl not invited, do you give a plate to your baby mama? Is that a violation?
Gotta get your what do you mean? Say it again.
Because some dudes be moving if they get to serving, because a lot of them be trying to play family on the holidays too.
You can get your own plate.
Yeah, get your own plate. Be careful of the trap, fellas, because
no.
The drinks get to flowing.
And by the way, I can get my own plate.
Own plate. Thank you. Don't serve me.
Don't, please, respectfully, because that's a form of. It's like, okay, eye contact is a form of intimacy.
For sure.
If somebody's getting a plate for you, that's a form of intimacy.
For sure.
And if your significant other is making a plate for another man, wowzers.
Oh, that's out of pocket.
Wowzers.
Immediate waivers.
Wowzers.
No, that's just our brother from high school. I bet. All right. Y'all say we run a tight program. Some of y'all programs be too loose. Yeah, be going to hell. Y'all be allowing any fucking thing to happen.
That's a
my girl cheating on me, bro. You let her violate from day one. What you mean?
That's a fact, man. Y'all gotta be careful, man. Too much coquito.
Hey,
some
tough
crazy
times.
Stranger things have happened.
For real.
That's
for real.
Your uncle out there running amok.
Oh my god.
That happened with the Wayne's family.
What happened? That happened with the Jacksons too.
Yes, a fact, 100%. Yes, 100%. The uncle took the nephew's girl, and then they interviewed. They caught Marlon. He was like, man, he always does that. Well, who was it? Was it Damon? Maybe Troy. You can look at that. He was like, man, he always does that though. That's what he does.
I think it may have been Damon.
He's like, that's what he does. Like, it's not the first time that this has happened.
Yeah, because Damon got divorced, right? Legendary sniper. Some of them, there's some quiet snipers out there. Y'all,
if your uncle is
that's nasty work, though.
Your uncle's hitting on your girlfriend.
That's nasty, but it happens a lot.
It happens more than you would think.
It
happens more than you would think.
And the aunties will do it too.
100%.
If I was 22 years younger, I saw you, baby. Like, damn.
Yo,
how is that appropriate?
100%. 100%.
What you do? You know what I'll do to you if I could, girl. What the fuck? Be respectful.
At all times. At all times, please. Be safe during this holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay.
Speaking of inappropriate relationships, what's going on with JD Vance and Erica Kirk?
Yo, man, this is unbelievable. Once again, this goes back to social norms of intimacy. And you go to other countries and they don't have, like, say what you want about the Middle East, but there's social standards between men and women that stop a lot of these type situations. You don't touch another man's wife. And little, like, you grabbing somebody's head and he got your hand. He got
on a lower part of her back. What? The deep caress in the.
Now, shout out to Trinidad. That's when Salute Chance the Rapper, he got jammed up, but that's part of the carnival culture too, as far as a lot of the West Indians, is that they'll dance with somebody on some, like, I'm just dance. Like, when I say dance, like, they'll grinding on a person, but they're like, no, that's just the culture. That's not that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Shit.
Did Chance get caught up or Chance found his exit?
Either way, that's the bro. So I don't want to.
Yeah, I'll fuck with Chance. Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's just that does happen too, though. And even this salsa merengue.
For sure.
You let somebody do salsa merengue with your girl?
Whatever a person chooses to do determines my actions after. Thanos.
Dancing with the Stars, dude got married. A few people got married off of Dancing with the Stars.
It's intimate space. You're hanging out 4 hours, practicing real close. Whoo, smelling the layer cologne. Violation.
JD Kiss once said, if I dance with her, then I got a chance with her.
For sure.
That's 100% fact.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So yeah, the Erica Kirk situation and JD Vance. There's been a lot of conspiracies that could potentially, I think his wife is no longer wearing a wedding ring, or allegedly she didn't wear one at one point in time. So
that's tough.
Would it be surprising to see him divorce his wife? Because he already said, like, I wish that she was Christian. Why would you even say that publicly? That's a conversation that you got to have internally. And you've been with her for over 20 years already. I don't think she's going to convert her religion after 20 years. So if you standing on like, okay, I got to play to the religious base.
For sure. And
they're already kind of looking at me a certain way because I changed my name 4 times throughout my life. My wife is Indian.
I don't think many people knew that until you brought it up.
Yeah, legendary. So with the idea, okay, yeah, maybe I'll get a divorce, and then by the time it's time to run for president, I could remarry, and then we can go with the whole full-fledged Kid Rock American whiteness theme.
Not a bad plan.
Stranger things have happened.
Yep.
But I think
when y'all at them Thanksgiving dinners too, you got to watch the energy of who she hugged and how she hugged them too. A lot of y'all be having a blind eye just looking at the football game. Premier Chase got 62. You need to be watching him chasing your girl for when y'all get into it. Gotta be careful. Gotta learn how to read the room. So that hug was kind of crazy on stage.
No, the hug is ridiculous. You talking about Elon Musk?
For sure.
All right, let's show this clip.
I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
So
we'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. Now, between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. And I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Now, there will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints, but I think at some point currency becomes irrelevant.
Okay, so interesting. As far as he said in the next 10, Elon has a propensity to say a very, very outlandish things that usually don't come true in the moment, but you got to still listen to it because he's the richest person in the world on record. So he obviously knows some things, obviously. So this was at the Saudi forum in DC, and I think he was on the panel with Jensen actually, and he was getting interviewed by somebody from Saudi Arabia, and they asked him, and he said 10 years. Money's not going to be worth anything. Nobody working is going to be optional. Whole thing. So my thing is that, and salute Charlemagne, because he actually, when I posted that, he sent me a book that I have not got a chance to read yet. Techno Feudalism.
Yeah, that's a great
What
book.
capital? You read it?
Yeah, I read. I'm halfway through it.
I gotta check that out. But look, it's crazy that the audience clapped for that, but Elon Musk didn't laugh.
No, neither did Jensen.
His facial expression was completely
Stoic.
unfazed. Mm-hmm. And this is a world where, keep saying, like, I don't hate to be a conspiracy theory guy, but if artificial intelligence is going to take up to 40% of all the jobs, well, what does that mean? That means that there's going to be a vast majority of people that have nothing to do all day. How do you stop people from having a complete revolution and just tearing shit up? Now that's when universal income comes in, because you got to pacify. So at a certain level, it'll be cheaper to pay people to pacify them than to actually pay them a career, because machines will be running everything. When he says that money's not going to be worth anything, don't think for a minute that it's like, okay, now we're all equal. That's why, and we'll talk about this Doge thing, the oligarchs have been strategically carving up life necessities to be in control over. So when you control the water, you don't need money. You control water.
You control the air rights.
When you control the air rights, you don't need money. You control the air rights. You're rich forever. Like when Rick Ross said "rich forever," like
yes,
it's a different level of like.
You can't build a certain level unless you have these clearances. And Bill Gates has been talking about depopulation for probably 25 or 30 years. That's multiple ways to do it. He can do it with the genetically modified mosquitoes that he has, vaccines, but allegedly, or glyphosate, allegedly, or AI is a way to do so. It's an easier transition because we have enjoyed and accepted the fall of America, and we love AI so much that we're going to catapult it to the front. When Elon says these things that seem crazy, I always look at his temperament and who's on stage with him and if they laugh at him. Jensen did not laugh or disagree. And he said it so matter-of-factly, but you don't think between NVIDIA, Tesla, Waymo, it's on my Google, and Google, even here in Texas, like, the robot thing may not come true, but he may eat a percentage of Uber's business with the driverless taxis. It's 500% cheaper. And we're just now at the first pitch of the first inning of this wave. We haven't even seen the best technology. Even when we were at GTC, seeing the robots get up and clean and vacuum for you and get groceries. These were not demos. These were fully functional robots. So I definitely, maybe not 10 years, but I can see in 15 for sure. And who they will select to even have UBI is very interesting, because it's not going to be equal and it's not going to be fair at all. So,
yeah, keep your head up and your eyes open. But yeah, that's the thing as far as this ultra level of capitalism that we're in, as far as like it's going to lead to some level of extreme normalization of things that nobody would have ever thought could potentially happen. And when you say, yeah, you know, it'll come a time when nobody has to work, on the surface level, that sounds like, oh yeah, that's a great thing. Nobody has to work. But then you realize, then that's like an open air prison pretty much, in a sense, where it's like you don't have there's no way that you're moving up the scale anymore. Just stay here. You'll have everything provided for you, a certain level, housing. You'll be able to eat. You'll be able to, go outside.
Bare minimum.
And you're in the oligarchs will control everything for you and give you what's needed for you to survive. And they say like money's not gonna be worth anything. Like I said, that's not for that level.
The dollar is not worth anything now. I was reading in Bloomberg the other day. They're saying that the poverty line is going to be moved to $131,000. People say it's crazy, but they've inflated the cost of everything. I was even reading a report where childcare for 2 kids costs more than a mortgage now. So before you even get to the school, daycare, childcare, food has went up, clothing costs have went up. There are no more $20,000 used cars. Everything, the luxury car market is insane. Like most cars, Rolls Royce are worth $700,000. You overinflated everything. The housing prices have went up. The cost of college education has gone up. Like 3x in 4 or 5 years. It's
and
crazy.
that's the thing. The only thing that you have, the only way out of this trap is to have an exit plan, first and foremost, and have enough resources to make it out. Like you can buy your freedom, and then at a certain point in time, you're not even going to be able to buy your freedom no more. It's going to be locked. If you have over this, I saw this Joe Budden, Jim Jones podcast. Shout out to them. And that's what Jim was talking about as far as like if at a certain point in time, if you have over this amount of money, it's like a club. You have over this amount of money, then you're going to be let in. The door's going to be closed, and that's it. And then everybody else is just going to be on the outside looking out. Because if you really think about it, if the average American doesn't have more than $4,000 in savings, then the money doesn't matter anyway. Because if you take all the money away, only the people that's on the high echelon is gonna, but they already have enough where they could already have physical assets, they could have real estate, they could have things where it's like, okay, you guys are gonna be good, but everybody else, y'all just fall into this universal basic income system, and then we're gonna give it you, and then it's not far from where you was at anyway, so it's not even gonna make that much big of a difference. Keep your head up and your eyes open. We can go down this rabbit hole all day, forever. But man,
okay, like let's say they announced the Hunger Games December 1st, and you at Thanksgiving dinner, and your baby mama acting up. You only can take one person with you, your girl or your baby mama. Who you take her
to live?
Allegedly, you go to District 8 or whatever the fancy district was. Hypothetical, this not real life scenario.
Why would you take your baby mom?
It's a hypothetical question for content, Rashad.
Well, I think if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're always going to be with you're not with there's a reason why you're not with your ex anymore.
For sure. Social media team, don't clip this up. The have and have nots, boy.
I'll tell you what though, because you spoke of the Hunger Games, and they got this new movie called the Walk, the Great Walk, something like that. You seen that?
The Great Walk. What is it about?
It's about a walk, like the military orchestrated a challenge.
Oh, I heard about that. And you have to keep walking nonstop, or they kill you.
And they kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the Great Walk, which is it's essentially a movie about a challenge that the military put together for people's entertainment. They watch it's like a reality show, but you can't stop walking. You got to go to the bathroom while you're walking, and the minute you stop walking, you get killed. We got Hunger Games, which obviously we know about that, right? Which is a challenge and see who survived. We got Squid Games, so
you have Running Man, which just came out, which is about a guy who can't provide for his kid, and then for the entertainment of America, you have to go on all these challenges, and then they're hunting to kill you, and you have to survive.
If you want to know the future, watch the movies.
Absolutely.
Why do they keep making these same? Because what happens is, okay, artificial intelligence. The reason why we're not shocked to see robots sweeping up floors right now is because we've been prepped for it for 30 years.
Our robot, yep.
Going back to the Terminator. So like psyops are real, and the Hollywood has worked with CIA, has worked with a variety of different government institutions for a very long period of time.
Allegedly.
Well, that got declassified, but we can say
for our safety.
To perpetrate level of propaganda to prepare people for certain things. So, like I said, that's why when you see AI, it's not really too shocking because we've already been prepped for it, right? When you see the Matrix, that's preparation for things that's going to happen. When we finally do start to see aliens, it's not going to be that big of a deal because we've been prepped for it for 60 years.
For sure.
Right? So I'm not saying that we're going to have a Hunger Games tomorrow, But I'm just saying, you got to really start to question why all of these things with the same theme. Why is that? Why is that a recurring theme?
Yep. Even the Collapse of Society and Walking Dead. Like, there's so many parallel shows, and there's other. They don't have to do it blatantly. Just gradually increasing the value of the dollar going down 99% should be the biggest horror story of all time. The cost of living, like I keep saying it, when I graduated in 2000, if you had a $250,000 home, you were balling. $250,000 in any major city, you have a shack if you buy it in 2025. It's tough.
Let's show this clip about the Doge.
Doge is dead, but what's really scary, it might have achieved everything Elon ever wanted. What he really wanted, not what he told us he wanted it for. Trump's second term, the Department of Government Efficiency was sold to us as some magical fix to end all the fraud, waste, and abuse in government. Musk dropped $300 million to get Trump in the White House, and in response, Trump said, hey, I'm going to put Elon in charge of Doge. The headline goal of Doge, saving the United States government $1 trillion. Well, it's closed 8 months early. It didn't save $1 trillion. What did it do? Within weeks of Doge's formation, TechCrunch and others reported that Doge had been granted unprecedented access to U.S. government databases, systems about federal workers, the trillions of dollars that the federal government pays out all over the place. And who gets in charge? Who gets put in charge by Trump of all these new positions at Doge? Well, on February 5th, 2025, Trump installed a slate of senior tech officials with ties to Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and their companies Palantir, SpaceX, Twitter. Office of Management Budget, a Palantir alum was put in as CIO. At OPM and Department of Energy, SpaceX and Twitter veterans came in. At the Social Security Administration, one Doge-linked engineer, a former Palantir intern, is documented as saying, we want every last bit of data the administration has. So Musk and Thiel world technocrats sitting on top of every single piece of federal data that exists sat there and promised us that they're going to knock out fraud, waste, and abuse. These systems hold financial data, health data, employment histories, immigration status, education records, a complete behavioral profile on Americans. Question has to be asked because the media won't ask it, so I will. Did these people put all their money in to simply get at the heart of the most valuable commodity in the world, data? To suggest major red flag. Judge in New York blocked Doge from the Treasury's payment systems and ordered that any sensitive data they'd copied be destroyed. Another judge in Maryland slapped a restraining order on Doge, telling them that you cannot share Social Security numbers and tax records with Elon Musk's team. While Doge is bragging about saving $214 billion and that they were on their way to the $1 trillion mark. But these numbers are documented as inflated. Numbers are double counted. Doge never publishes a full auditable breakdown of the money they saved. What we did get, mass layoffs, frozen hiring, cuts and gutting of agencies that actually oversaw Musk and Thiel's companies. Here's the bottom line. Billionaires flooded our election with cash. Their allies took over government's data centers. The efficiency revolution burns out, and we never get the fraud, waste, and abuse stop that we want. 8 months early, Doge is disbanded. But did the billionaires and trillionaires just get what they want? Was this just a nice little exchange? What would they do with our data? You ever seen The Matrix?
Okay, so this is one of the craziest shits in American history. Honestly, like this is gonna have to get studied at a certain point in time, where they let the richest person in the world and other people similar have unprecedented access to government. They literally made a whole division of government,
another department, yep,
that turned and ruined people's lives overnight. Turned out to be a complete failure. They closed it 10 months after its creation. It didn't even last 1 year. Like not even 1 year.
What if the efficiency part was I get my return back in 10 months? And okay, if me and you run for president, and let's say I invest in your campaign, and you make a mandatory that anyone get financial advice from me in terms of investing, wouldn't it behoove me to act like we fell out so we can then begin to restructure that department and then 8 months later, be like, oh, we got back together with Mr. Brotherhood. You see this in wrestling all the time. Well played. 300 million in. He probably made 20 billion off of it.
But then the data. I remember before we started Earn Your Leisure, I gave a talk. I was talking to some school kids in the Bronx. I did a I did a drop in, and I was teaching a class in the Bronx, and I taped it and I put it on social media, on my personal Instagram page, and I talked about how data is the new oil.
For sure.
How data is going to be more valuable than oil, and the importance of data. And we talked about how, what we say as far as, if something is free, that means you're the product. Where the most efficient companies right now are being run on a free model. If you look at, Instagram, if you look at YouTube, if you look at, Facebook, Twitter, a variety of the top companies in the world their business model is free, and they're capturing data. And man, that's pretty impressive, unprecedented, where you have Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and the likes, and have classified information. Like, this isn't just personal data of like, what's your favorite color type shit. This is classified data. How much money is the military actually spending on drones every single year? And which come like this, they getting, because the thing about this shit is actually brilliant if you really think about it, on some evil genius type shit. You get to peel back. The biggest spender in the world is the United States government. So now, as the Department of Government Efficiency, your job is to cut the waste. The only way I can cut the waste is that I need to see where the money's going. That makes sense. So now you need to open up your books. They opened up the United States government's books, every aspect of it, to a private citizen that had no level of government experience.
Who was not born in America.
That was not born in America, that didn't run for office, literally had no level of government experience ever, got the highest level of classified information that anybody can ever get, good looking out, left 4 months after, and then they closed up the whole shop 2 months after he left.
And if I have had my stake in OpenAI taken from Sam, and I'm building my LLM, what an amazing set of data to build my model off of. It would make it more intelligent, which you can argue Grok doesn't get brought up in that LLM conversation as a leader because maybe Musk is political leaning, but Grok is pretty damn good. Nice. And for Peter Thiel, if I have investment into a proverbial war machine, that data would do me a lot of good. So
unbelievable, man. Keep your head up and your eyes open. Information and access. That's what it comes down to. If you have the access and the information, you're gonna be unstoppable.
And that investment of 300 million is paid off incredibly well for him.
100%.
Yeah. And public service announcement. Sam Altman's lover was robbed, and the person used a self-custody crypto wallet feature to steal 11 million. Be careful as these crimes start to go up. For those of you who are investing in crypto and stocks, don't think that a person won't sit on you for 3 months or 4 months to get that money off of you. They will. Be careful. Please be careful.
At all times. We want to show this French Mark Channon clip?
Yes.
Let's show it.
What was your worst investment?
Stock market.
Really?
Yeah, stock market and FTX.
FTX, that's crypto.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up and lost $5 million. Yeah, because I didn't take my money out on time.
Right.
So now I gotta wait for it.
The guy's in prison who's running it.
But still, I mean, for somebody that's an artist like me to wake up and lose $5 million, a lot of artists don't even got that to wake up to. So it's like, for me to wake up and $5 million is gone like that, I never experienced that.
Yeah, I mean, crypto's I never touched crypto just because I felt
Yeah, so that's
it was,
that's my worst investment. To wake
Yeah.
up and lose $5 million,
Yeah.
I
So,
cry,
but that's not stocks.
I cried tears. Like
I bet.
Okay. What's your worst investment? Interesting. Shout out to French. He said stocks, and then he said something that was actually not stock related. And then he was corrected, and then he just kind of like didn't really listen to the correction too much.
Yeah, when you lose that much money, I don't want to hear what Vlad got to say, respectfully. Oh, he said he lost $5 million. I don't want to hear, because if you're buying into an equity stake into the company, it is an equity. 5 million. I don't care what you invested in. And he's recovered since, but that's a part of the reason why people may not like. But going back to the bail-in, if a person is giving you equity too easily, what they're giving you equity in is not worth anything. What you diluting the shares for if there's that much value? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. But he's rebounded incredibly well. So French got to be studied, yo. One of the greatest of this era, one of the greatest hustlers of all time.
He's definitely a hustler for sure. But I also think it goes back to understanding what you're investing in. That goes back one of the top rules of never invest in anything that you don't fully understand. And I think that whole wave, a lot of celebrity influencers, a lot of people just got caught and they were doing things they didn't know. They didn't have no idea what they were talking about, especially in the crypto space. And everybody started creating their own crypto coin. And it was, one of these things, rug pulls. And eventually, if you stay around long enough, you'll be somebody's liquidity.
For sure. You got to know when to get in and when to get out.
100%.
Have to.
100%. Margie Taylor Greene.
Tell me your theory on her plan, on her grand scheme.
Well, let's play this clip.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
What do you think about Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning?
I think AOC said it best in that it's very suspicious that she is resigning just a few days after she gets her full pension from Congress and after she's made $25 million on insider trading and is now a multimillionaire.
Isn't it because of her disagreement with Trump?
Well, that's what she claims. She wrote an entire letter to her supporters about how she is resigning because of corruption in Congress and how it's not working for the common people and all of these sorts of things, but one, she's not a common person herself, as the $25 million insider trading indicates. And two, she hasn't actually done anything in Congress. She talks a lot about different bills that she's put forward, but none of them ever even saw the House floor, and they're all based around hate, not actually helping the American people. Just as a short example, she had one bill about passing the American census only counting American citizens, despite the fact that that's not how the census works, and that wouldn't provide valuable data that the census is designed to collect. So it's really a whole bunch of hot air that is being blown in her followers' face under the pretense of draining the swamp, which was all that MAGA was about in the first place. And don't get me wrong, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene was a true believer in the sense that she, along with Lauren Boebert and some of these other really crazy ones, did have an idea of draining the swamp, and that she is surprised that President Trump is actually part of the swamp rather than the savior that she thought he was going to be. But I don't think that's her primary reason for leaving. I think it's the fact that now that Trump is in office, she can't hide behind hysterics and loud noises anymore like she could with the Biden administration. She can't hide now that her party is quite clearly part of the problem rather than the oppressed minority that they like to pretend that they are. And since she's made her money, she has no reason to stay in office anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if later on we see her try and run for another position like Senate or governor. But for now, she's made her money, and she'd rather leave and do easier things like joining the talk show circuit or write a book than stay and actually fight for the American people like she claims.
Okay. That was actually illustrated extremely well. Man, talking about the only thing you could do in America is get money. I hate to say it like that, but that's what, like, everybody's just figuring out a way where they can just run the bag up. And she came into Congress worth $750,000. 4 years later, worth $25 million from information that she's learning. And all of these Congress people are trading stocks because they have classified information that we don't have. That's why if you look at COVID, all of the politicians sold their stocks 2 weeks before COVID got announced.
Yep.
Coincidence? Like, these people are running up hundreds of millions of dollars, and now they trying to put some regulation in to stop the but
it'll never happen.
That because these people, they have to vote on it. So why would I vote on something that I'm making money on? I'm not going to do that. So, man, that was even. I still think that there's an outside chance that she might run for president. But with this financial windfall, she might just be good. Like, she got what she needed to get. She tried to come back on some like, yo, I'm sorry, I atoned for all that shit. So now, because she's writing a book.
Yeah.
So now she's going to try to be the voice of reason for America, and the white woman that
for the non-MAGA Republicans.
She'll probably be on The View or some shit like that. So now she could just run up millions going on tour. She'll be a correspondent. She'll have her own show on one of these networks if she wants, or she can have
a bad move, man.
Or her own podcast. Either way, she'll be in media for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She'll write a book or two, go on a victory lap, and then she saves herself the embarrassment of getting defeated, because she was going to lose her re-election. That's why she left, because once she turned on MAGA, they were going to put everything that they could into making sure that she lost. So now she could save herself the embarrassment of losing, and then come back later, either try to run for president or even on a lower level, cabinet or senator, governor. Yeah.
If JD runs, I can see her being in his cabinet. Yeah.
After she went AWOL against MAGA. Because don't forget, JD Vance is still going to need Donald Trump.
For sure. But it depends on how the economy turns out. If the economy ends up sliding how I think it can in 26 and 27, JD may have to distance himself publicly. Now, privately he won't, but publicly for sure. He'll have to.
So you think the economy is going to fall in 26?
Into 26, early 27.
He's already said some things to distance himself. Even recently when he was talking about the price of goods and stuff like that. Like because Trump never acknowledged anything that he's like the economy's hot, the economy's good. And JD Vance, he's starting to say like, I know there's some pain, I know that So he's already trying to
talk to his base, and
he's going against the narrative. Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case, so you can't say when he runs, well, you said that the economy fine and it was not. And if he talks to his base and say, hey, things are not well, this is my plan to make things better. I wasn't president, but if I am, it's an easier onboarding cycle for sure. Yeah. So why did I get on Santana about what he said? Can we play this clip?
Let's do it.
And I think that shit gonna take over.
Nah, but seriously though,
on
some G shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early, because by the time they get to 9th grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
I ain't gonna say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate, because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math.
Told you.
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. You don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, you know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power.
You gotta read your contract, Els.
You don't have to. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy? Huh? It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky it is.
You don't have to read. Shit that's be told to you.
It'll be so. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like you don't need to know how to read.
At a restaurant. Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit at a restaurant. Like, it's mad shit you gotta read.
You saying that, you just gotta know what you like.
You know what I want.
You ain't gotta read the restaurant. You can just say, what is this, a steak joint? I want steak. What y'all steak come with? What y'all got? When the waiter come,
reading way more important.
When the waiter come, you be like, what come?
Salute to Juelz Santana, man. First and foremost, I said it in Kevin on stage thing. I'm like, yo, shout out to Els, man. He's a legend. I know what he meant. We just, he didn't work. And then people are like, legend.
One of the greatest of all time. We're not going to do that. At one point in 05 to 07, Lil Wayne and Santana was right here.
They were damn near a group. I Can't Feel My Face. That was supposed to be the album. Okay. Some of your favorite rappers of all time directly influenced by Juelz Santana.
Santana, for sure.
Jeezy, he says it. G Herbo, that whole Chicago wave of like Dirk, G Herbo, all of them.
You can see it even on Kanye.
Yeah, even Little Baby, when he came back, who you have in the video, you said Juelz Santana did Santana played a major part in the culture. From a
and for the album too, there was a lot of his songs that end up making it on the album. Yeah,
iconic. Like some people are legendary and some people are iconic. For me, and this is why, shout out to the Locks, and that's like home team, right? But I thought that Dipset was going to win that battle only because Dipset was more influential to me than the Locks was in my personal life.
And had bigger songs.
In my personal life, right? Like I said, no disrespect to the Locks, of course, legendary.
Family.
Legendary. But what I'm saying is, like, when I was in prep school, I'm listening to Diplomatic Immunity every single day. Every single day. And it's like the fashion, wearing the throwback jerseys and, the jeans, and it was just different. Like, and so you could argue that Juelz was the best member of Dipset.
Absolutely. And they don't get the credit for being one of the best brands of all time.
100%.
That Diplomats brand is damn near untouchable. If it wasn't for the internal issues they had, that brand would be 4 or 5 times, 10 times bigger than what it is now.
They help Supreme. They help blow up Supreme.
Absolutely. Yep.
So I look at it like Juelz to me is a legend to me for his influence. And like I said, I mean, you could make an argument that when Dipset was at their peak, Juelz was the best rapper
The
in
forefront.
Dipset.
I don't think you can deny that.
Now, okay, as far as what he said,
he wasn't misguided. He may have misspoke.
He said it the wrong way. He's not 100% wrong in what he's saying. I will say this, though. I do think that reading is more important than math. He said math is more important than reading. I think reading is more important than math. But what I think he was trying to say was a lot of things that we learn in school are not necessarily beneficial in real world survival. And if you have basic levels of certain things, you can still get through and become extremely successful. Now, that is a fact. If you have a basic level of literacy, that is enough to survive in America. That's just a fact. You can argue with me. You don't need to be able to read Macbeth to be able to survive in America. Most languages, they say all you need to know is 100 words. If you know 100 words in any language, you're pretty much proficient in that language. You can speak the language. You can function in a language. So yes, I think everybody should know how to read, of course. But most people read at 6th grade level anyway. So I don't think that he's totally misguided in what he's saying. As far as if I were to take English today, I would probably fail. As far as knowing exactly what punctuation and all of that stuff, like English is a very complicated language.
Language for sure.
But obviously, I didn't fail at life.
And even to the common sense point, you have to have exposure to be able to build up common sense. But if we're going to be very honest, I've always said it's a mistake to put our kids in football and basketball camp from the time they're 3 till 16, 17, 18, but then not teach them about finances until 21, 22, 25, 30.
100%. And even like, all right, mathematics, I said this before. If you know basic level math skills and really learn how to use a calculator, you don't need to know advanced level math. You don't. And I'm on my Kanye shit. I'm not arguing with nobody that's not as successful as me.
That's been my thing forever.
Because like I'm not doing it. If you could say if you're not, I'm not arguing with somebody that I would not trade places with. So you don't need to have advanced level math. You don't need to have really any level science for the most part, unless you're a scientist, which most people aren't, unless you like the average person. If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, you're not using science. I have not used science. I have never used science.
You haven't used earth science since starting the media company?
No, I haven't. I haven't used biology, earth science, any of the sciences. I've never used any of the sciences in my life, ever. Not one time. Not one time, ever.
The only thing I will disagree with what he said, I think financial systems matter more than literacy alone. But the rest of what he said, I think is spot on. Like in investing, trading, the wealth accumulation, you need like systems in place. And even for the people who was pushing back on the reading point, I'm like, I'm seeing people in the comments who I know who don't read.
And the thing about it, there's a common thing I was saying, well, how do you read your contracts? The average person, like Charlemagne said, there's a difference between being able to read and reading comprehension. You're not going to be able to understand a contract anyway. Nobody's reading a contract.
Most aren't.
Like you're not even reading the contract that you buy a car. When you buy a car, you're not reading that contract.
Yeah.
So the idea of like, well, how are you going to understand your contracts? So that's a more nuanced conversation.
Yeah.
That's a more nuanced conversation. Understanding it, and like he said, he kind of fragmented in what he was saying, but he's not totally wrong in what he's saying. You put a contract through ChatGPT, you say highlight all of the points. What's wrong with the contract?
The flaws in the contract.
They're putting it in language that you can't understand on purpose. That's the whole point of it. Yeah. So being able to have, like he said, the common sense, being able to have real intelligent conversations with your lawyer, kind of going over, explain the first paragraph to me, right? Like this is that perpetuity, like knowing what words mean, because you could read perpetuity and not know what it means.
Yeah,
you could literally read the word perpetuity and not know what perpetuity actually really means. So like I said, reading comprehension is actually more important than just being able to actually read, but also being able to have the conversation, being able to know what to look out for. It's a lot more nuanced than what people think. So I think he got a lot of unnecessary backlash for that. I don't think he's encouraging people not to be able to read. I don't think anybody that would, nobody's going to do that. But I just think that he was just saying like things that's really important we're not being taught. And Floyd Mayweather might not be able to read. He's a billionaire. So I don't know. I felt like Juelz got some pushback that
it was unnecessary.
And the level of like disrespectfulness in the comments. It's one thing to be like, all right, he misspoke. He ain't really mean that. But the way that they was just piling on him and just being so disrespectful was just, it seemed like, and then you wonder why people don't want to talk.
Don't talk and don't want to tell you the secrets of shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed this last year, most billionaires outside of AI are incredibly quiet. Don't want to even deal with the backlash. For what?
100%. Like y'all act like if y'all get in front of a camera all day, you're not going to say nothing that you might have misspoken about. Like, and that you're not allowed to misspeak sometimes. Like everybody's perfect. Yeah. Everybody's perfect. Nobody makes mistakes anymore.
And there's a lot of inefficiencies in learning, for sure. Especially at the middle. And he's right. Most other cultures are training their kids how to be proficient in other things, such as business, accounting, data, programming, AI, starting when they're 13, 14.
100%. And yeah, Troy talked about, new level of sciences. I would argue that would be more of technology, though. Honestly, technology, as far as what's really
data science,
what's really propelling us right now is learning about, even if you look social media, algorithms, right? It's really studying an algorithm. That could be considered a science, or it could be considered a new level of technology as far as informational technology. But that's something that is vitally important, right? And understanding I mean, this device that we have right here is actually a pretty complicated computer.
For sure.
Right? Like understanding how to use a computer, understanding how to properly use a cell phone, understanding how to properly use artificial intelligence the right way. Right? Like to me, kids should be taught you should not be teaching kids don't use ChatGPT. You should be teaching them how to use ChatGPT.
Dom was just telling me this. Like they're telling kids to be off of the screen, which is actually going to hinder them long term because these LLM sciences are not going anywhere, while people who are 14, 15, 16 in other countries, they're having entire camps and tournaments around programming on LLMs. Don't cripple them. Monitor how much. I'm not saying let them go on Roblox, which is a whole nother conversation, all day, or YouTube all day. But if they're learning how to use Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, Sora, Nano, that will benefit them.
All right. So I just asked ChatGPT the sciences taught in school. So the core sciences taught in most school: biology, study of living organisms, humans, plants, animals, cells; chemistry, study of matter, atoms, reaction elements; physics, study of energy, motion, forces, light, electricity. I don't use any of those. Then there's additional sciences: earth science, weather, rocks, volcanoes; environmental science, astronomy. Don't use any of those. Then there's advanced select sciences: anatomy, marine biology, ecology, geology. Haven't used any of those. Then the sciences taught in homeschool career tracks: computer science. Now we're talking about coding, algorithms, AI programming, something I actually do use. Forensic science, crime scene analysis lab. I haven't used that. Biotechnology, DNA. I haven't used that. Agriculture science, haven't used that. So out of 15 sciences, I use one. Out of 15 levels of science. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need to learn science, because we do need scientists and we do need doctors and we do need researchers. But what I'm saying is that if your career path is not going to go in that direction, which most people's career paths will not go in that direction.
Yeah.
Well, you're better off learning about something that everybody's going to utilize as far as taxes. Every single person has to pay taxes. Every single person has to live somewhere. So it's better to be taught real estate than to be taught earth science.
But the system doesn't want you to know that. And also, too, with the raise in senators and governors wanting literacy to be a part of schools, it tells you that we're at the tail end of an empire. Because normally empires only teach you the secrets when they're looking to flee, or there's no reversing course. These things have to be taught early. I've always said teach your kids at 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I did with mine. Teach them early. Wait until they're 15, 16. It's too late. That's too late. If you can help it. You got to build your own curriculum for your own family. And even with that, Rockefeller created the American education system and still has the patent on it for the benefit of his corporations, some of which are still in existence today. They're just not under their names. Exxon being one of them. It's a derivative of Standard Oil. Got to create your own curriculum for your own family.
Yeah. So salute to Juelz. Like I said, I think I understood what he was saying. A little misworded as far as that. Yes, literacy is still important. Everybody should know how to read, but I understand what he was saying as far as what the focus should be on. And you don't have to be a extremely efficient English major to be successful in the United States of America.
To be millionaire, yep.
You don't have to know how to spell that good. And as long as you can read on a
proficient enough level,
you can make millions of dollars and you can have a nice life.
And outside of social media and YouTube and some emails, most people are reading a lot every day. Like when I eat, one of my biggest pushbacks that I ever get on social media is like, yo, read 50 pages a day. I mean, who had a time to do? But you criticize him about saying the reading comment. Most people aren't reading anyway.
And
the average adult read 2 books every 5 years.
I don't read. I've said that for years. I listen to audiobooks. So is that discounted? Is my learning discounted because I'm listening? I learn better and I retain information better from an audio experience than a visual experience.
Yeah, but you're still consuming the information. Some of these people are not reading or ingesting.
But I'm just saying that's another way to learn, because there's a lot of ancient languages that there was no text. It was all oral tradition. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, he said that too, where he was like, you can listen to audiobooks. He's right. He's 100% right.
For sure.
That's why what we do. People listen to Market Mondays. They listen to Blackout. They listen to Earn Your Leisure. They watch it. Yep. They're not reading transcripts from Stock Club. Mondays.
Yeah.
Is that discounting the information that they're receiving in real time?
It shouldn't. I think there's so many more important things going on in the world, like bioengineered food, or the guy who is finding pedophiles on Roblox is getting kicked off, but not the pedophiles. There's other shit to be really arguing about. And you can't say all that if you're not reading to your kids every day. A lot of y'all have some hot takes in them comments, and I don't know when the community went to like this pod, everybody's podding in comments, but are you reading to your kids? It's 2 pages, 4 pages. Are you doing that every night? Easy to critique, hard to create. And Juelz's grasp of the English language is pretty good on diplomatic immunity.
Exactly. He's actually a wordsmith.
A wordsmith. Now I know he's had some trouble the last few years, which he's admitted to, but them first 2 projects, oh, come on, man. So, but it's fine. I think we're just in reaction culture era right now. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Where we go next? Anything else?
Let's see. What was your favorite Jay-Z album?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Thank you for asking that. Man, damn, where did I see this at? I'm not sure where I saw it at, but this was, this actually is a great question, and it's a little bit more nuanced than what people would think. So, my favorite Jay-Z. What's your favorite Jay-Z album? Salute to Hov, man. Because when you really start to think about it, you really realize why. Damn, this dude is really like
prophetic.
Yeah, goat level.
For
because
sure.
It's like, all right, let's go through it. For me, Reasonable Doubt, the first time that I heard Jay-Z, and everybody considers that a classic, right? That's his first album that he ever came out with. And that's classic. And that was like the raw hustler, like, that mature hustler trying to get out the game that, can't knock the hustle and shit like that. So that's solidified, right? But what's interesting is that the next album, My Lifetime Volume 1, wasn't critically acclaimed as a classic album, but to me, that's his best songs ever in his career.
Wait, what?
His best songs ever in his career on some rapping shit.
Okay. Which ones?
Imaginary Players.
Okay.
Still knocks to this day, Cardi, like that on some rapping shit.
Yeah.
Streets is Watching. Man, that third verse on Streets is Watching. Like I remember they said when they said he played Streets is Watching for Big, and Big just was like, "Yo, play it again." And it was like when Big heard Streets is Watching, he was just like, "Oh shit. It's about to be over soon." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I heard Streets is Watching, the first verse is good, second verse is good. By the time that third verse comes on, listen to the third verse of Streets is Watching. When he said, "Yo, the life public apology to the families that got caught up in my shit, but that's the life for us lost souls caught up in the strip. The life and times of a young mind excited with crime." Yo, I listened to that shit. I'm like, nah, this is different, bro. Like, Jay was really going crazy on that. And then you got the intro, A Million.
Classic.
And then even Rich Paul named his book, You Must Love Me. After that song, I think Lil Wayne had like that song was like a very influential song in people's lives. You Must Love Me, where he's actually talking about shooting his own brother and all types of shit. So I'm like, damn, Lucky Me. That's the name of the song, Lucky Me. So I'm like, damn, volume 1 to me, my favorite Jay-Z verses and songs of all time is on volume 1. But then I'm like, Volume 2 came out, and Volume 2 changed our lives. Like Volume 2 changed all of our lives because that's when we was in middle school. And he came out with Volume 2, Hard Knock Life.
Hard Knock Life is insane, bro.
Sold 5 million records, and everybody was rocking Iceberg. Everybody wanted to be Jay-Z at that time.
Iceberg everywhere. And some of the best bar work ever in life. At that time.
No, Volume 2 went crazy, bro. Like Volume 2 made him who he is.
Yeah.
Volume
That set
2
the stage.
That made him to that album is crazy. Like that album to this day, I listened to that album and I'm like,
I listened to it last week.
Damn,
Incredible.
that album is like
and prophetic.
No, that album is crazy. The Volume 3, I'm just saying for me personally, Volume 3, Dynasty, that's when I kind of tuned out for Jay for a little bit because I felt like it was getting too commercial.
Okay.
I was a little because I'm a Nas fan at core. So I'm like a hip hop purist at its core.
Yeah.
So I felt like the Volume 3 Dynasty era is great albums, though, great music. But me personally, I wasn't all the way tuned in. But then he came back with the Blueprint.
The Blueprint, bro, that solidified it.
That Blueprint.
That's one of the greatest albums of all time.
That Blueprint classic.
One of the greatest of all time, bro. And this from a Tupac fan. One of the greatest albums of all time.
That Blueprint.
Insane.
With this Kanye deserves a lot of credit for that. Kanye, Just Blaze, that soulful.
Bink.
I think he went back to the element with that Blueprint.
Yeah.
He went back to the element with that Blueprint. So that was a moment in time. Blueprint was a moment in time for all of us. For all of us, it was a moment in time. Then the beef with Nas, that was during the Blueprint era. The Blueprint was a moment in time. Then that Ether came out, and that Ether was just
The Blueprint 2 was one album.
But the Blueprint 2, that was like the comeback from Ether. I think he was still recovering. Let's just say that. I think
if he would have made it 13 songs, he would have had another instant class. It was just too many songs.
I think he was still
Hovey, baby. Oh my god.
I think he was still trying to figure
it out. Yeah, and chasing the double album thing, but
that Black album, that changed. Yeah, I remember. That's what I'm saying. Like I was in prep school when that Black album came out. Yo, Black album is too good. Every song on the Black album is classic, bro. The Black
album better than Blueprint?
It might be song for song. Like, yo, every song. Jesus, I came in the morning. God's gonna chase you out of her.
Fire. But Blueprint, one through all
I don't know why. I get so hot. Like, my cousin used to love that song. Yo, that Black album don't get enough credit, bro.
Yeah.
That Black album, like I said, I remember where we was. Like, man, that Black album was so crazy. Kingdom Come, we could have saved that. Respectfully.
Yeah.
I do like the Life is a Beach Chair in the intro, but man, that Kingdom Come.
And Lost Ones. Yeah.
He could have saved that one. But then that American Gangster.
Troy, come on.
Yo, American Gangster.
It was solid.
That album. I was in Hawaii when that album came out. That album is so good, bro. Like that album is so good. Like it's telling a story, and it's based off of the movie. And that album, damn near perfect, bro.
And how quickly he put it together, too.
And it was
2 weeks.
And it's a cinematic album. Like it's based off of a movie. So you're watching a movie, and it's like, yo, American Gangster, moment in time, bro. Blueprint 3, good album. Magna Carta, Holy Grail,
tough.
Good album. 444 changed the game a whole lot. That financial literacy and all of that, like that's when he really got on his financial literacy bag.
Even with he been on a financial and given that game since Blueprint 2. I mean, excuse me, since Volume 2.
Nah, he did, man. That changed the game a whole lot, bro. That 444 is crazy. Then we got to go into the joint albums.
Watch the Throne.
Yo, say what you want, bro. Before that R. Kelly shit changed the game, bro.
Shout out to my guy Chris Patton, but we went right to the store, bought that.
Yo, that R. Kelly
Best of both worlds. Oh my god. I hate that they scrubbed it off the internet, but if you was outside,
yo, that Best of Both Worlds
was crazy.
I snuck up behind her, caught it like mommy, like caught it like It's called Mommy Montana. Yo.
That's some of his best rapping too.
Every song on that album
was a
banger. Like tearing up the nightclub. Crazy. And even the number 2 album was good. That was like in the full-fledged to the R. Kelly situation, so that never really got the day to light. Yeah. But that first Best of Both Worlds album, crazy. Classic. And then man, that Watch the Throne,
incredible.
That Watch the Throne is
I wish they did another one of those.
That Watch the Throne is so crazy, man. Him and Kanye on that Otis. I remember the first time I heard Otis, I'm like, Watch the Throne, crazy. And then the Beyonce joint.
Yep.
The Beyonce, yo. So damn, man. I didn't really even appreciate his catalog until I really started to really think about it. I'm like, yo, this dude he caused a lot of moments. Man.
The power of the PU. I'll see you. Woo.
Best
of Both Worlds has.
Yo, his discography. I don't know who has a better catalog, him or Kanye. I'm not sure, because Kanye got a hell of a catalog too.
But it's different because Jay wrote his. No disrespect to
Kanye.
We're not gonna do this. We're not. Shout to Brian Fast. Shout to Bump J. We're not gonna do this. Everyone, shout to the Go Getters. If you from the Midwest, you've been through this. He didn't write Jesus Walks.
Nah, Ron Fest did that, right? So I apologize for such a long answer, but man, that just it brings back memories of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And even adulthood. Like I said, 444, that was an album when, people was really starting to, relationship issues and financial literacy and dealing with parenting. And that was a adult contemporary classic that he put out. So I say all that to say, what's my favorite Jay-Z album? I can't. It just depends on the day of the week, man.
For me, definitely Volume 2. And Blueprint. I forgot about Best of Both Worlds though.
That Best of Both Worlds is crazy.
Big boy truck with the big boy drop. We the only big boys with the big boys watch. They was going crazy on that album.
That's a fact.
He was in a pocket, boy. So and this me as a Tupac fan, I'm like, man, this motherfucker is incredible. The funny part is, shout to Mukhtar, he was like, yo, like outside of the little beef shit, Pac like Jay-Z.
No, he said Pac like Nas.
He can rap his ass off, yo.
He's like, Pac appreciated everybody.
Yeah, he can rap his ass. So I just gotta, because he was homeboy, but he can rap his ass. So I'm like, that's dope. That's dope. So,
man, but yeah, man, I always love talking about rap. That brings back a lot of great memories.
Yeah. College.
You remember, like I said, I remember where I was at when Reasonable Doubt came out. I remember I was at when Volume 1, Volume 2.
I remember you stepped on Fab's release. Moved up.
On the Blueprint?
On the Blueprint, yeah.
Yeah, and that was at 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
That was 9/11.
Day, bro. Yep.
I remember I was at when the Black Album came out. I remember I was at when American Gangster came out. I remember, and they're all different. I was in New York, I was in Hawaii, I was in Massachusetts. I was like this. So the music for me brings back all of these different
nostalgic memories.
Yeah, just memories, life memories of different people that I was around at that point in time, and different friends that I might have had, relationship, whatever. So salute to Hove, man. Salute to Hove, man. Damn, he gotta be the
Track Masters too, though, for that Best of Both Worlds album. And that Fiesta run too with Boo and Gotti. Oh my God.
Yeah, once a month we gotta go through these type of catalogs because there's a few people with catalogs that don't get enough respect. Kanye got a hell of a catalog. Nas got a hell of a catalog.
T.I. don't get enough credit. And I'm not just saying this because we was at the wedding, but T.I. has one of the best catalogs and he's one of the best rappers too.
T.I. was my favorite for years. Like T.I. is legendary, bro. And he's another one. People don't understand how many records he got. Like I was talking to him at the wedding. He like, yo, bro, I could do this all day. Like I got so many hit records.
Like 30, 40 he could do.
I could do this all night, bro. Like easy work. Who else got just hell of a catalog, bro? Like, it's a few people with that. It's just like they've just, you know,
Rick
different.
Ross.
Ross got a great body of work. He don't get enough credit.
You don't get enough credit, bro.
He don't get enough credit. He got a great body of work.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kendrick Lamar is approaching that level
yeah.
now of different eras. That's the thing with Jay. It was different eras. He hit you with different eras, right? And Kendrick Lamar is approaching that. He's approaching that. He's definitely approaching that different era. Because I remember when Good Kid, Mad City came out, and Damn, and then, you know,
Damn was a tough album.
The new, like, it's like he's hitting different pockets and different eras.
They won't respect the boy till he retired, but that boy got a hell of a catalog, yo.
Drizzy,
the boy.
The boy. Shout out to Toronto, man.
Man, hell of a catalog.
He got a hell of a catalog. But
and I'm talking to one, even with the allegations. Take the ones
albums or singles.
Combination. You want what?
Albums, like memorable albums.
How I can argue he's probably one of the greatest without a classic, like a pure classic album. But single and moments and songs.
Well, he ran the rap game for 15 years.
Undeniable.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as body of works.
I think probably So Far Gone probably is his best pure body of work. Like, I don't think he has a purely classic album.
To me, my favorite shit is If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
That's
motivational music right there.
Yeah, for sure. And Quentin, you should have kept that low because you had a good thing going. Sometime you don't got to reveal that you the plug. Yo, just stay connected. Come on, man. Y'all had a good thing going.
You think we get another Jay-Z album?
They say he's working right now. I don't know if it's true, but they say he's been piecing some stuff together. So probably one more.
And salute to Nas. He got the album coming out with Premier.
That's gonna
long awaited album with Premier.
Shout out to Ian Schwartzman for his involvement in that. I'll see you. I'll see you doing your one too.
In the Nas album?
Yeah, because him and Premier business partners. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Man, Nas ain't lose a beat. Like, you hear these features he's been doing?
Smoking them.
Like the De La Soul joint.
Smoking.
The joint on Raekwon's album. The Mobb Deep feature, Ghostface feature. Like,
he's never lost a step.
Yo, he's still going crazy.
Yeah.
Like Nas need to be studied, man. Like Nas he one of the ones, man.
Yeah. Amazing.
That De La Soul joint going crazy.
Man, one of the greatest investors of all time, yo. Nas just living life at the highest level.
That's another story, man.
Another one who was talking to money, talking investment talk early and wasn't getting credit for it.
And just a good person. Like every time, fortunately, we've been able to have a few different conversations with Nas. Man, the most humble person, down to earth.
Solid.
Relatable. You know what I'm saying? Just a cool person, man.
It helps a lot of people and never gets or never wants credit for it. He one of them like Cat Williams, Eddie Murphy types. Like if you know, just helps a whole bunch.
They say he saved hip hop this year. He done gave away $1 million to the Hip Hop Museum. They done hit I think it was Kumo D. One of these they gave $500,000 to the Pioneer. He done put out the Ghostface album, the Big L album, the De La Soul album, the Raekwon album, the Mobb Deep album.
Yeah,
all under Mass Appeal. He's coming out with his own album. He's having the best year in hip hop right now.
Yeah, he having a good time, yo. And if you know what De La went through, it's just good to hear them have music out.
Grand Poobah and Coogee Rap, then they gave them both $500,000. They do that every year.
Dope.
They give two hip hop pioneers $500,000 a piece. Him and A16.
Oh, that's fire. Coogee Rap, another one, boy.
Coogee Rap, one of the ones, man.
Bar God, my lord.
Coogee Rap, one of the ones. The Ill Street Blues. Remember the Ill Street Blues?
Coogee Rap
Blues, because I got the Ill Street Blues. That's Video Music Box era. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels. Ill Street Blues. I remember the joint he did. The Fast Life. I remember the Fast Life video with Nas. Had a chipped tooth, man. I could do this hip hop thing all day.
I'm about to go play Best of Both Worlds as soon as we leave.
The Best of Both Worlds is crazy. Best of Both Worlds.
Classic work, yo.
Nah, that album goes crazy.
Trackmasters, where y'all at, yo?
That album goes crazy.
Tough.
Man. Damn, R. Kelly, why you had to do that shit, man? Damn.
Who the new R. Kelly in the industry?
Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nope.
Why?
No,
a couple
sir.
of y'all moving around nasty. Cut that shit out.
100%. Man.
Keep
Enjoy
your
your
kids off
taste.
Roblox, too.
Oh,
by the way. That's the other Epstein Island. Keep your kid off Roblox.
Shit crazy, man. Salute to Godspeed. Black Friday bundle. 21 spots left. Lifetime access to Stock Club, lifetime access to EY University. InvestFest 2026, InvestFest VIP ticket. In-person mastermind, myself, Troy, Ian, and the Queen of AI. We're going to be going over trading, stocks, and artificial intelligence at Capitol Hill, inside of Capitol Hill, plus the Capitol Hill tour. We're going to be meeting with high-level politicians, congressmen. We're going to be taking tours of different, sites. We're going to be talking to the government officials that actually control the world. And to add the cherry on top, exclusive tour to NVIDIA's campus. We're going to be going over NVIDIA's newest technology, talking to executives. The NVIDIA trip last year was life-changing for us, and just to have that level of access is pretty unprecedented. So the number one company in the world, the largest company ever, don't take it for granted. This is something that 21 slots only left. There was 21 slots only. There's only 10 slots left for the NVIDIA. Go to marketmondaysdeal.com. Market Mondays with an S, marketmondaysdeal.com. First come, first serve. 21 left. Let's get it.
And if you want to have a chance to win $50,000, go to the link in my bio and join the Red Panda Trading Tournament. Starts December 8th. Will be round 1. December 15th will be round 2. So you're going to get prizes in each round, but the grand prize is going to be given to those who live trade December 15th, that entire week. And I can't wait to see you all there.
All right, y'all. Enjoy Thanksgiving. If you observe it, stay safe out there.
For the fellas who have multiples, what excuse can you give them to not bring number 3 and number 4?
Daytime and nighttime shift. You pull a double header off, you're a bad man. If you pull a double header on Thanksgiving, you're a bad man.
Or if you're trying to clear roster, just invite everybody at one time, let them get into it, and then that'd be
even a batter man.
For sure. Send me a video so we can put it in blackout. The macaroni off.
The macaroni off.
Entendre.
Salute Ray Daniels. Ray, where you at?
We need you on the show, my brother.
Salute to Ray Daniels. Salute.
One of
salute.
one.
The one. All right, y'all. It's been real. Enjoy your family. Happy Thanksgiving and all that. And we'll see you back next week.
Peace.
Love.